Welcome to my second series of building functional responsive websites from a Figma design. In this video, we will learn how to convert this Figma design into a functional Webflow website. In my channel, what I'm trying to achieve is to teach you how to build websites from a Figma design. So this is the first video where we will learn how to convert this into a Webflow website. But in coming videos, we will convert this same Figma design into different front-end technologies like Wix, WordPress Elementor, Framer, etc. Right. So this is the second series of my channel, and in my first series, I have already converted a Figma design into Webflow, Wix, and Elementor. You can check that in my description and in my cards. And I want to thank the designer who have built this beautiful website. I will be pasting the website's link in my description as well as the Figma's link in my description if you want to follow along. Okay, so let us go to the contents now. Points that we are going to learn in this video is number one will be the basic setup, where I will create a blank website and I will quickly talk about the layout of Webflow. The second will be the global elements, where we will set the color scheme, the font sizes, the font family, the containers, as well as the buttons. The third will be the navigation. I will quickly build a navigation. The fourth will be the hero section. The fifth, where we will learn how to create the infinite slider. Okay. Number 6 will be the service section. Number 7 will be the accordion section, where we will create an accordion section or a fact section. All right. Number 8, we will have a team section. Number 9, we will create a testimonial slider. Okay, so this will be a slider where we have triggers to slide. Number 10 will be a contact us form. We will create a form. Number 11 will be a footer. Then after the footer, we will debug the site. Then we will start the responsive design of it. Then after all the things we have created the site, then we will do the bug fixing. Right, so let us begin. I will start with by creating a new site. I will select blank site template and I will name this okay. So I will click on create site option. So it will load the editor. Now that we have landed in the editor, in the left hand side we see the elements and the building blocks for our website. Right, in the top we see the options or the elements to build my website responsive. Okay, these are the options. In the top left hand side we see the option to publish the site or share the site, or we can view the site. Okay, and in the left panel we will see the options to style the site, right, and add interactions like hover state, click events, etc. Our first objective is to build the defaults for this site. Defaults means the site which we are going to build, the font family, the color scheme, the font sizes, etc., like buttons and all. These are the defaults that this site will commonly use in all these elements. By setting these defaults, you will save a lot of time in future. Okay, so it is very important. It is not that it is nothing that you can live that you can do it while we are building, but it is very important to first set up the defaults for your site. So that is what we are going to do now. So if you are landed in the site in the editor first for the first time, you will see that in the navigator, if you are not landed, if you don't see that, you can click on this navigator icon. Okay, and you will see a panel. In the left panel you will see by default it only has body. Okay, so we will select that body. Okay, and we will see in the left hand side we'll see some defaults are already added in this body. some styling, default styling. Okay, so you can see the font by default, the font family is set to Times New Roman. The size is 14 pixel, the line height is 20 pixel, and the color is deep gray, right? So this is the default. So we are going to change this default. The first is the font family. We will be changing the font family. Okay, so now you might be thinking, if I'm going to change it right now, we can change it right now. That is not a way of doing things. Okay, so I will do what? I will undo that. I will do what? You can see if I in this box in the top as style selector box, we can add a class for the body, but I will not do that. I will do what I will do. I will give a click on that, and you will see for all body we will see a default class by Webflow. Okay, so if I select that now, then you will see now the elements which were default set by default in Webflow, they have turned to blue. There is a logic behind this. Okay, if I deselect it, right, now they are orange. That represents that this style is been changed by a different class. Okay, means it shows that this element has already has a class, already has a style to it. Okay, that means, and if I select this, like this is the class where this style is being selected, so we will use that only. Okay, we will select the default body class, and we will search for the font family which we have in our theme. So let us go to the theme again, and if I select the H1, and you will see the font family is space grow text, right? So we will search for that in our fonts, and I don't think that by default Webflow provides this theme, this font, so we need to add this font, right? So you can add this font by clicking on the, you can click on this icon and then click on the add fonts, right? This is one way, or the other way I will be showing you. Okay, so when we click on add fonts, right, so here we can see we see the Google fonts here, and we can select it from the drop down. So our is green, we don't see green, space green, sorry, space. Okay, we see this font, and now we need to select the variant, the actually font weight, actually what are the weights we are going to use. So I will select all of them. We need all of them, right? We don't need, we will select all this, and then we will add font. So our font family is added. Now we can close this, and if I select now, we will not see this, we will not see the out font here. Okay, don't think if that happens to you now, don't think that it is broken. You need to do what? You need to just refresh the site, refresh the editor, sorry, and again we will select the body, and select our default class, and now we will see our font family here. You see, okay, we have selected our font family. So I will very quickly show you how we can add a font family, not from here, directly from our dashboard. Okay, so I will go to the site settings. Okay, you have to click on the right hand side top, and you will see there is a font option, fonts. You can upload your custom font, or we can use our Google fonts here. To upload a custom font like TTF, okay, you can upload it from here, or you can use a Google font. That is the way we can do it. So I will go to the designer again by clicking on this designer, right? So our font family is done, our one important thing. The other important thing is the font size and the color. All right, so I will first of all go with the font size. So the font size, the logic behind the font size for the body is the default font size for the paragraph, on the smallest font size for the paragraph of the theme. So if I check our theme, right, so this is the paragraph, and it is taking P, and if I select the P, it is 18 pixels. Okay, So not only that, if I go in a different paragraph again, and I will check that it is 18 pixel, so I will set that 18 pixel. So from that we will reduce our one step of adding 18 pixel to font size. So by that we will be using 18 pixels, so I will be using 18 pixels for font family, font size, sorry. That is done. The line height, I like to go with the dot notation 1.2, right? And the color, so let me grab the color for the texture. It is black. The color is black, pure black, right? So we will do that. We will make our default color to black, and black is by default it is saved, so that is done, right? So the color and the font family is added to our site. Now now we will add some basics for the heading. Okay, so I will do what, I will quickly just add the heading block here. Okay, this is h1, right? How to see this is h1? It is written heading 1, or else we can click on the gear icon. You will see we can select the heading size. It is h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So I will select with h1 first, and I will copy and paste those 6 times. So I'm doing the defaults, okay, so bear with me. So this will be obviously h2, this will be h3, this will be h4, this will be h5, and this will be h6. As well as I will add a paragraph here, right? So this is paragraph. So these are the text of which we are going to change the font family to, right? So let me grab this font family of this font weight, sorry. It is 60 pixel, and it is medium, right? So let me select the h1 from the elements, and I will not add a class here. Instead I will click here, and I will get a default class for all headings. I will select that, and I will change few defaults here. I don't like to give I like to give extra padding by myself. I will remove this default paddings, okay? As well as the font family is by default from this our body. As you can see now, we don't have to change for all the elements now if I've done from the body only. And the font weight is medium for the h1. Font weight is medium, and font size is 60 pixel, right? Yes, 60 pixels. And let me increase the line height to 1.2. That would be perfect. So similarly I will go for h2. Now that we have changed the font size for our default headings, okay, now I can go and build the button, primary button and secondary button for our site. So let us very quickly see what our button looks like. So this is the primary button, and this will be the outline button, and we don't have any other buttons here. So okay, this is full width button. This is one secondary button. We can take as secondary button, right? So let us begin with the primary button, right? So I will get an element from here and select a button. Let me rename it to consultation. Yeah, I will name it primary ATM button. Okay, and let me grab the background color, which is dark. That means it is no, it has a different color. So I will be grabbing that, and I will be changing the background color, this, sorry, and making it and making it global. So dark. Okay, sorry for that. Here we add global color dark, right? And now we'll see the spacing of the button. So 35, 35, 20, 20. So these are the padding of the button which we will be giving. And let me quickly check the border radius for the button also. The border radius is 14 pixel. So 35, 35, and 20 pixel. So top and bottom will be 20 pixels. Okay, so there is a simple way to do it. If I select shift and press enter, then it will be adding the values for all the top, right, bottom, and left hand side. Okay, and if I press alt and enter, then it will add both for the both and top and bottom of these element. Okay, padding. So this is done, the padding is done. Now the border radius is 14 pixels. Okay, let me add this 14 pixels, right? And what the font family, font weight is 20 pixel and it is regular. So let me quickly do that. So the font is normal. I will leave that as it is, and it is 20 pixels. So I think regular is light, right? No, regular is regular. This is medium. This is bold. So it is regular. Regular means the default 400, right? So this is our button, primary button. Now I will do what? I will duplicate this button, and I will do what? Now there is an important thing to learn here. Like if I want to keep the styles what I've done here, and I just want to change a small thing in this button, how we are going to do it? I'm going to delete this button, and then I'm going to write a new button, and then do all the paddings and font family things all together. No, I will not do that. I'll do what instead? I will just click on this drop down menu, and I will duplicate this class. What that will do? It will take all this styling that we have done for that button, and it will create a new class for us. So with that we can save a lot of time. So I will name this secondary button, right? And for the secondary button, you might have noticed that we have only a color. This is the color which is changed. The rest all the things are same, right? So let me grab this color, and then we will do what? We will change the background color. For that we need to select this and unlink it. Okay, and then we need to paste this color, and again we will be adding the variable for this. So this is what? Neon green, am I right? Okay, and also the color for this. Okay, so the color would be, so the color is dark. Okay, so let me do that very quickly. So it will be black, right? So this is the secondary button. There is a problem here actually. By default the color is white, so I need to change it to white. Okay, it was not taking, there might be some issue with that. So our two buttons are ready. Now let me quickly build the outline button, which is this is the outline button, and then we will be creating a full width button, right? So this will be the duplication only. So what I will do, I will just copy and paste that, duplicate that, and I will same as earlier, I will duplicate this class, and I will rename it to outline, sorry, line button, right? Everything is same. The padding will be padding will remain same. Only I need to remove the background and remove the background, unlink the background, and I will make it transparent. Okay, I will add a border of 1 pixel black, and as well as I will just give the color to dark black. So the outline button is done. Hopefully I've done the styling, same thing, all the stylings, right? So let me quickly check the padding also. 20, 35 pixel, yes, that is right. And now the full width button. Here I will just make it 100%, right? So I will duplicate this first button, paste it. I will rename it. I will duplicate. I will do what for this. I will do what I will do. I will delete this. I will use a utility class. Okay. So how we are going to do it? We will create a class for with 100%. Okay. For that, I will take an empty div. Okay, and I will sorry, sorry for that. I will give a class for like w100. I will use underscore, no, not 100, and for this class I will only have one styling, which is with 100%. From that now, whatever I can whatever I do, like if I add this class here, that is a utility class, then it will automatically apply that style to this. Okay, so I don't need to change. Don't need to because with 100% we will be using that in our entire project, right? So this type of class are very useful for a bigger project. So like if you are creating like with 100%, with 75%, with 50%, with 25%, with zero is not necessary, but this kind of thing like a text center, that is also a very important thing that we are going to use here, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to just now remove this. Okay, I will create another class with score center, and for this text center there is only one style that I will do is to add this align item align text align center, right? And I will use this text align text center to this button, and now you see we didn't need to create a different button. We just used our utility class to do these changes. Okay, so our basic styling things are being done. I need to add few colors though. Let me check the colors. I think I've added this color. I've also added this color. I will add this color, right? So for that, let me grab a empty div. I will rename it to gray, and then add this background color to it. Okay, so I will add this background, and I will also set this variable, so it is light gray, right? So like it has taken like 15 to 20 minutes to create all this, but it will save you a lot if you are creating a huge website. Okay, like it has 100 pages or 50 pages, then it will save you a lot of time. So it is very necessary and very important to create globals. It is very I have done a simple global because there are a lot of things that needs to be taken care of in the globals, that needs to be done in our globals, that I'm not doing right now. Okay, and one more thing which I have missed is like to add the hover effects, hover states for these buttons. Okay, so let us do that. Add a hover state. You need to select the element, the button, and in the class you see we have primary button, and we have a drop down here. Okay, we'll click that, and we have some predefined options here. Okay, like for hover, for placed, for focus, for visited. It is useful for links. Okay, so I will go with hover for now. Select the hover one. What I will do in hover, I will change the opacity, of this background. So I will select that. Okay, or I will select it and I will unlink that, and I will reduce the opacity to like 90%. Okay, and and by doing that we have set the hover for this button, right? So I will click here, and this you can click on the close button, and to see that it is hover, the hover effect, if it is working or not, we can just click in this play icon at the top, play button. So once you click that, and we can see this is hover state. So I will also add a transition to it, so it will not, you can see now it doesn't have this effect of like coming slowly. So I will do that very quickly, going into this primary button, not going to the hover state, and in the bottom of this style you will see transition. I will click on this plus icon, and I will not do only the opacity. I will select all properties. For now I will make it 350, and I will go with linear, the effect. Now if I check, we have this smooth hover effect. for this button. And for this secondary button, we will do a different styling, a different hover effect for this secondary button. So I will select this secondary button now, and I will go to the hover state, and I will do what I will also do what let me reduce the, will not show because it is light only. I will do what, I will leave that as it is. I will increase the, I will change, sorry, I will make it a darker version of it, not too dark, but a darker version of it. So that will do, right? And again, I go to transition, and I will select all properties, and I will go with 50, and it will be linear. So let me check this. Will have a small effect, all right? So that will do. And for the outline button, we will fill the colors, right? So I will select the hover again, and for the background I will go with the dark one, and the color I will change to white. So for the outline button, I will change it to black, and I will keep this transition again. Okay, and it will, I will set to linear, and I will check this again. So this button will have this hover effect, and this will have a little dark. I think we need to increase the dark hello. This is visible. So I will quickly change a little bit of color here. So I'll increase the color to like this, right? So the hover buttons will do for now. Now that I have created all the globals for these elements, I will, in this home page, we will obviously have our all the pages. So I will do what, I will create a new page. I will name this styles, create it, and I will paste those elements by copying all of them. Or else I can do what, I will be adding a div, okay, and I will be adding to this div. All the elements are added in the div, so I will copy this, and I will be pasting it in my body, right? So, and we can now, in the home, we can now delete this div. Sorry, delete this div. Okay, so we have a fresh home page now. Now let us begin with the navbar. So we have a navbar where in the left hand side we have the logo, and we have the menus and a button. So I will be using our default navbar by clicking on the add element, and scroll down, you'll see a navbar element. Okay, click on that. By clicking on that, it will add a navbar. By default, we see this is in this navbar we have a brand, that means a logo container, and we have some navigations, right? So I will do some changes here. First of all, I will add some classes. So this is the navbar, and inside the navbar we see, if I open all the things, we will see all these elements. Okay, so I will quickly go with all the elements. So this is the container. Container is a very important thing. It comes into global. I missed that. Okay, I will explain you here. And this is the brand where we will place our logo, right? And in the nav menu bar, in the nav menu container or box, we see the nav links, okay, for the pages which we are going to use. And this menu button, this is not visible in this screen because it is used, we can see that in our responsive mode, right? So this is the this is the menu button, and this is the icon inside it. So that is a quick overview of this navbar, by default navbar. So we will be using that. For the beginners, we will do what, we will remove the background of it. So we have a default background to like gray, so I will remove it and make it transparent, right? And the navbar is done. The container, so what I will do, I will make a container for our site. So I will name this custom container. Sorry if I spell container, right? By default, if you have noticed that by default, Webflow provides a container, okay, and this container's width is if I calculate the width, if you just preview, you just wait, it normally comes to like 100 1170 pixels. This is the width of this default container. So we will do what, we will change that to our modern needs, right? Because in today's generation, we see the websites with large containers, right? So I will do what, I will give this maximum width of 1320 pixel, right? That is one thing. I will give a margin auto on the bottom side, that it will automatically be in center, right, for the container. And I would also like to add padding on the both sides, right? So if I press alt and enter, then it will add to the both side of this padding. So our custom container thing is also done, right? Now let us add the logo. So I will quickly export all the images from this Figma file and upload those in my assets of this Webflow editor, right? Here I'm going to add all those. I have exported all the images and uploaded in our editor in my site. Now I will add the logo. To add a logo, because it is an image logo, so in the brand, okay, I will add an image by clicking on the add icon and scrolling down and searching for an image. I will click on that, or I can drag and drop that. If I click on that, it will go inside this box which I've selected, okay? So I will click it and it will be automatically inside that box. So we can replace it with the logo. So this is the white logo, this is the dark one, right? So this is what logo. I will be renaming, I will be giving each and every element the classes. First let me do the structure, okay? So the links, let me get the links. About us, services, use cases. So we don't have a home, so the navigation can add about us or services use cases. Says use this, yeah, copy and paste. And pricing blog, then request a code. Pricing blog, and then I will place a button. So I will simply if I see the structure now, there is a problem with the default structure. I don't say a problem, but what we can do, we can we can do what, we can add inside this navigation, inside the custom container, I will be adding a div, okay, a box. Inside that box we will place all these elements, right? So I will quickly select the custom container and go and add a div block, okay? So inside the div block I will name it like nav inner, right? Inside that nav inner I will be placing my logo, I will be placing my nav bar and nav menus and the button, okay? So everything is placed inside this nav inner. Now the one more thing which is remaining is the button. So I will add the button here. I will select and add a button to this nav inner, and I will give a, because we have already created the button, so I will select that outline button and only change the copy. So it is request, let me copy and paste, right? So the button is also added, so the button will be here, right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to make this block, the block position flex, right? By this you see now the order is changed, okay? Position flex. And what I will do, I will make the everything align vertically align at the center, right? And one more thing I want to do is like to give them space between. By this way they will automatically be apart from each other, okay? So this is the basic thing which I've done. Now I will go with the logo. I will name this. I will provide a class. Actually, this is not a name. It's a logo wrapper. Logo wrap. Okay. And if we check the logo, it is 219 pixels, right? And we have not also we need to also check the container size. So let me quickly check the width of is 1440. The whole area of this layout is 1440, right? But if I check the container, then the container is built is around like 1230 pixels, right? So that will do because we have a larger container. All right, so what was this width of this is 220. We will take 220 and the height is 36 pixels. So I will do what? I will give it max width 220 pixels. All right, and I will leave the height for now. I can give it like it is 36 pixels, right? I will be giving it to like 40 pixels for now. Why 40 pixels? Because in future, if we want to change this logo to a different logo, then that logo might be a square one, right? So for that reason, I will give this to a max height of 40 pixels, right? And we will change this link. So whenever we click on this logo, it will redirect us to the home page. So to change the link, we need to select the gear icon. We need to click on the gear icon. Right, why I'm not able to click? I click on the gear icon. I'm not able to click. Might be some problem with this, or else we are not able to. I'm not able to click this gear icon here in the logo wrap. Not able to click on the gear icon. There might be some problem with the editor, or else we can do what? We can select the element. We go to settings, right? Here we see to add a link, right? If sometimes if I don't know why my editor is not working, but for this kind of instance, we can go to the settings. We can also in the settings we have a lot of options, a lot of different options to play with. But for now, we will go for the pages. We will go and select a page. For now, home page will be set for this logo, right? And I will give a class to it. So this will be logo, nav logo, right? And max width is 100% for default. That is fine. Now if we see the design, the menu are we have a gap between the logo and it is stacked to the right hand side. You see what I mean? So what I will do, I will because the parent is selected to a flex, so I can do that. I can achieve that style in a different way, but for now I will first of all give a class to it, nav uh, nav links wrapper. Okay, not links, links wrapper, right? So this is snap links wrapper. We can change the layout. We can make this whole box to the right hand side in a different way. There are a lot of different ways to do it, but for now we will do what? We will give margin right auto. By that it will automatically if you know how flexbox work, okay, like it will automatically give a space between this logo and this navigation bars, right? So I will select the nav link and we will go with nav links only. Nav links, nav link. Copy this nav link because we are going to use that all the things. All right. So for a nav link, we will by default it has a padding of 20 pixels. So we will remove that by pressing Shift and Enter. Okay. Once you press Shift and Enter, then it automatically removes the nav link, right? Nav link. Right. I will remove the defaults and I will see the font size of this. So the font size for this is 20 pixel. That is our body's font size. It's fine and it is regular, so that will work. And to give the spacing between them, I will use margin right instead of padding, because what padding does now, I will explain you in a very detailed manner what padding and margin will do if we use it in navigation, nav links. Why I don't use padding in nav links, I will explain you in a minute. Okay, so first of all, let me get the space between the elements. So I will select the alt button, zoom in, is 40 pixels, you can see. So I will do what, I will grab this and I will check this button to this 40 pixels, so I can give a margin right to 40 pixels, 40 pixels, right? So that will automatically add this. So what is the difference between why I haven't added uh, padding instead of I have given margins, right? So if I give padding of 40 pixel, it will look like they are having the same spacing, same look, right? But let me publish my site and demonstrate it. What is the issue? So let me publish, check it with the once it's done. So now if I want to go to services, right? If I want to go to the services page, so what happens if I give a padding to nav links? You will see now. If I go into this blank space, you will see this is this is taking it's taking a clickable option. Okay, like if I give a hover effect, then you will understand it better. So if these nav links are selected, for now I will give underline border bottom when they are not border, all these sides border bottom of 1 pixel, right? So publish the site again and then reload. Yeah, so now what I'm trying to demonstrate here is that if I give padding instead of margins to the to go to for all the nav links, what happens now? Like in this blank space, if I move my cursor here, so you see this services is highlighted. Okay, so that means that this blank space is there is it is reserved for the services, it is reserved for these use cases. All right, if I give padding to the both sides, like all the sides, then it when I move my cursor here, then it will be selected. It is good in some cases, but in some cases it causes problem, right? So for that will I will do what, I will remove this padding, I will give margin instead, right? Sorry, right now what now quickly let me quickly demonstrate what margin does. So if I give margin, then only if I hover to the element, then only we will see these links and we can click on the links. So this is the difference between margin and the padding, because padding, what padding does is, like if this is a box, it will whatever like if you give 20 pixel, the 20 pixel will go inside of this box. Okay, so for to demonstrate visually, if I select and if it has the editor here, so this is the real box where the content is there. If you're able to see my screen, so this is the real element which we have. Okay, and this is the whole element, right? The orange box till the border is this black box, and inside that whatever element which we place. Okay, so that is the content itself, right? And outside of this we have this margin, right? So I hope you understood, right? If you don't understand it, please put it that in my comments, so I will explain that in my different videos. So let us move forward. So the nav bar is nearly done. Why we see, just wait. Okay, now we see the container in the center. All right, so now the nav bar is almost done. What are the things that is remaining in nav bar? It is done, right? So we have the spacing issue at the top. We will fix that in a second. Now let us go to the second section where it is the hero section. In the second section, we have in the left hand side we have the heading, paragraph, and a button, and on the right hand side we have this illustration, right? So let us quickly First check the height of it is 515, and we have this spacing too. So this is spacing, so that will come inside this. So we will make this section. So what I will do, I will select the body, I will click on the add icon, and I will go to the section, add a section. I will for section also I will give a default section a class, right? And in this default section we will only change option like position relative, so that will help us in a very long run. Okay, so when we are building a website like a large website and we have different absolute elements, okay, what happens, like if we provide any element class of absolute inside this section, that will only relative to this section only. And if we don't provide this position relative to this section, that will be relative to the body. So that causes some problem when we do in a long run. Okay, so that is out of the scope of this tutorial. So in this default section I will add a container, and for the container we have this class custom container, and again I will add a div inside this container, and inside the div we will make it like hero inner. So you might have there is a similar pattern. Okay, if you have followed my previous video, there is a similar pattern which I'm following for each and every section. So first of all I will create a section. Inside that section I will create a container, and inside that container I take a div that is like I name it like hero inner mostly, like this sections inner mostly, and inside that inner I place all the contents. That is how I do, right? So in the default section I will also name this like hero section class actually, and in this inner we have two divs. One is for the content, so I will class it like hero content wrap, and the other is for hero image wrap. Okay, so I will place the content in this box in the content wrap. So I will place the heading h1. For now you can see by default the h1 we have this default classing, so we don't need to change the class. So this will be the h1, right? Yes, we'll copy this, we'll place the content. For the h1 we have the paragraph, right? So let me quickly add the paragraph, grab the copy, and then after that we have the button. So I will get the button, we'll get the primary button, right? So our content is filled in the content wrap. Now in the image hero image wrap I will add an image, and for the image I will select the image for the hero, which is, I need to take a look, is this mic. Okay, this is the image, right? So I will give a class to it, hero image, right? So our content is placed, our elements are placed. Now we will style it. Okay, so to style it, first of all we need to place these two elements side by side, right? So I will select their parent. Okay, so you can see we have now let me explain you this structure. This is the section, this is the container, this is the inner. Inside the inner we have two boxes, one is the content wrap and one is the hero image wrap. Okay, in the hero image wrap we have the image, and in the content we have the heading, paragraph, and the button. All right, so first I will select the main parent of those two boxes. This is hero inner, and I will do what, I will give them flex. I'll make it flex. Okay, so that will do half of your job. Okay, and then we will make this let me check. Yes, we have the align item center, so we will make them center, align item center, right? And for this content and for the image wrap we will now manage the width of it. So if we grab the width, you can see the width is 531 pixels, right? So I will do what, I will not give a fixed value. Okay, so if I give 530 pixels, So this will be like this. Okay, so I will do what, instead of giving a fixed value, I will give a percentage to it, 40%. So that will also do. I will instead give it 50%, 45%. And uh, if I deduct 45 from 100, because if you take everything in this website is 100%. Okay, everything in this web development is 100%. So if I'm giving this like 45%, the rest will be 55%, right? So instead of 55, I will give it 50%, right? So it will not grow more than 50%. Now if now what I will do, I will select the parent wrap again, the hero inner. Okay, and I will do what, I will not make it center, the y axis. I will not this, the x axis, I will make it space between. So with this, the both the elements will go apart. Okay, they will be whatever space between, like there is a 5% gap between those elements, right? It is 45 and it is 50, so 5% is remaining. The 5% will remain in the middle. If this is the logic behind the flex, right? Flex elements. So now I need to do some spacing, right? So I will do what, I will also create some globals for the margins. Okay, so if I select the heading and check, there is a 35 pixel of margin bottom for this header, also 35 pixel for the paragraph, right? So I will use that. I will do what, I will name this hero heading, and margin bottom is 35 pixels. Hero para, margin bottom is 35 pixels, right? That will do. I think I will reduce the size of it like 40 pixels, 40%. 40% will do, right? Right, now this hero section is almost done. Now what I will do, I will give a padding to them. Like the padding, if you check the padding from the header is 70 pixel and bottom also is 70 pixels. So I will give a padding here. So to give a padding, I will give padding and alt enter. Okay, so it will add padding on the both top and bottom of this section, right? Now let us add a padding in the navbar too. So in the navbar, if you select the navbar, at the top you see a padding of 60 pixel we have at the top, the padding, right? So we will add that. We will do what, we will select the inner, that we will add a padding of 60 pixel at the top, right? So by this we see our hero section is ready and the navigation is also ready. I think we need to increase the padding between this navigation and the hero section. 70 pixel, it says we have added 70 pixel, right? Yes, 70 pixel. Okay, we can do that later. For bug fixing, we will do it later to check if we are aligned with its design or not, right? We'll do that in the end of the video. So our hero and the navigation is done, thankfully. Now that our hero section is created and the navigation is also done, we quickly move to the second section where we see the logo slider. What I will do here is I will create an infinite logo slider, right? So let us build this. So to build this, I will go to I will select the body, I will add a section to it, add a section, okay, and I will give a section, our default section class, and a logo slider section, right? And inside this section, if we see the logo, the slider, the images are inside the container itself. Okay, so I will do that. I will give a container and use our container class, and inside the container I will add a div where it says logo inner, right? Now inside that we will add these sliders. So I will add a div again, I will name it logo this is not a name, this is the class actually. We will give the class of logo slider to this div, and inside that logo slider we will add the div where we place all the images. Okay, so I will add a div. Okay, so logo image wrap, right? You can name anything that is the first thing that comes to my mind. So inside that logo image wrap we will add an image. Okay, so I will select the image. So the first is Amazon, right? And I will give a class to it, so it will be slider image. Okay, and I will do some changes to it. I will give a maximum width of, let me check this, maximum height of is 48 pixels. So I will keep a maximum height of 48 pixels, right? And the design we see a grayscale images. Okay, so I will do what, I will go to the filter. I will not select the blur, I will do the grayscale to 100%, right? So that will do. I will just now do what, I will duplicate those 6 times, right? So this will be the dribble hotspot, right? So this will be the dribble, will be the motion, Netflix, and then the room, right? So our images are placed now. So what we need to do, we need to now select this logo image wrap. Let me make it bigger, right? Select this logo image wrap and make it flex, right? And by making it flex, now we have option here in the x-axis to make it justify content space between. This is very important to to make the slider work smoothly, right? So I have done that. Now I will do what, I will just duplicate this, right? Now we have two of these, right? So what is the logic behind is that this first one will first be visible, and the second one will be at the right hand side of this box. How we are going to achieve that is by selecting their parent, both the elements parent, and making it flex, right? So you see now the element, the both logo wrapper, this is the first one and this is second one, they are overlapping by because it is the nature of flex, right? So I will select one of them and I will give the minimum width of 100%. By this, what happens, it will take a minimum width of 100% of its parent, and its parent is logo slider, right? And logo slider is inside the container, right? So our container is 1320, so it will be taking the width of 1320, right? Not more than that. So that is understood, right? Now we can see that the other logo wrapper, logo box, we can see that, right? So to fix that, we will quickly just make it overflow hidden, right? So what is the logic behind how we are going to achieve this is by doing adding some interaction to it. Okay, so how it works actually, so to demonstrate it, let me add a transform and move the scale. You can see, right? This is how it will work, right? So here one thing I need to do is like uh, select the logo image wrap, and I will select space around, not space between. Space around will give a space between the elements, and also a space between the container. Okay, so I will do a space around. Okay, now I will go to the interactions. Normally I can there are a couple of ways, there are different ways to add interaction to it when the page loads, or when we scroll to this section and then the animation starts. I will do what, I will trigger with the page when the page is loaded. When the page finish loading, I will create a new animation by clicking on the start. I will slider, logo slider, logo in infinite slider. Right, so this is done. Now I will add an action. Click on this button and I will click on the move, transform move. So for default, what I will do, I will make this x value to minus 100%. Right, so this does what, it will transform this element to the x element, and it will make it go minus 100%. Right, so why we are not seeing the second element? Because it is only selected to this element. Right, so we will do what, we will select the class instead. And now what we see in the second, this is the second section which we are seeing right now. Okay, so if we save it and if we do the loop and preview, we haven't added the duration, so let me quickly add the duration to like 10 seconds. Save it and preview. We see at a point where our this infinite slider stops. Okay, when the second box and the last element comes, it will stop. So how we are going to fix it is by clicking here, and we need to give a start point of it. Right, so this is the end point of it. So we will do what, we will duplicate it. Right, and on the beginning we will do what, we will give it a 0% and a duration of 0. Right, and then we save, and if we preview now, it will be an infinite loop. Right, so this is how we create a infinite slider in Webflow. Right, as well as we have also completed our this second section. Right, so we will add some padding to this to if you see some jerking. Okay, if I step publish this side, you will see a small jerking at the end of the loop. Right, so how we are going to fix it, you might have noticed there will be a jerk, a small jerk, small movement, which we need to fix actually. Working fine. Yes, so it is working fine. But if you see any jerk on this element, on the sliders which you have built, what you can do is, we can select this wrapper and select the animation, and go to the end value and reduce this to like 99, sorry, not 90, 99.9%, 99.8%, something like that. That might fix this problem. Right, so I'm happy with this. I will go to this section, I will add the padding, desired padding of it. Like padding would be 70 pixel top and bottom. So let me quickly add the padding to it. Will be 70 pixel top and bottom. Right, so this slider is also done. Let's add the service section now by clicking on the body. Let me add a section. Okay, let me name it, give a class of default section and service section. Right, inside that service section we will again put our container. So it is custom container, and inside that we will put a div service here. Right, so if we see the design, we have the title at the top and the cards in the center. Right, so we are going to add the title wrap. So let me add a div and give a class of title wrap. Okay. So in the title wrap, we have seen that in the left hand side we have the header, like the title, and in the right hand side we see the paragraph. Right, so we will be adding the header here. This will be h2, as well as we will be adding a paragraph. Okay, so let me get the copy services and the paragraph. right? So we will give a line break after 2, like, so 2, give a line break to it. Now what we will do, we will select the parent title wrap and make it display flex and give a gap of like 16 pixel. For now we will give a gap of 16 pixels, and we will add a background to this header. So for that we will add a class to it, so it will be service title, right? So it will have a background of it, so I will be selecting the color. This is the background, right? So we will add padding, like top and bottom will be like 4 pixels, and left and right would be like 8 pixels, right? And it is also having a border radius, so I will give a padding a border radius of 4 pixels. So let me check the design once again. So we have more padding on both sides, top and bottom too. So I will increase the padding of this and make it like 12 pixels both side, and top and bottom 6 pixels. Also increase the border radius. So this will do, I guess. And the gap between the is 40 pixels, right? So we will increase, we will select the parent title wrap, and we will increase the gap to 40 pixels, not 140 pixels, and make the align item center, right? So this will do the title thing, title wrap. Also check the margin between the title and the cards is 80 pixels, so I will be adding that. So that is margin bottom of 80 pixels, right? And the padding of this slider and 140 pixels, right? So how we are going to manage this spacing is by selecting the slider, and see we have 70 pixel of padding on this slide, on this section. Okay, so for the same we'll give us 70 pixel here as well as 70 pixel at the bottom, right? So the title is done. Now let me add the, by selecting the inner, let me add a div. Okay, so it will be services card wrap, sorry, wrap, and inside that I will create a first a card with box like service card, right? So in this service card I will build first one. In the service card we see in the left hand side we had the, we have the like, we have the title here, and at the bottom we have the button like learn more, right? And we have on the right hand side we have the illustration. So we will make it to be, so the in the card, first of all we will add two div. One is for the left hand side, service card left, okay, and I will select the card again, and I will add a div again, and it says service card right. Okay, so in service card left, the left hand side we see a title. So I will grab this, and I will copy this first of all, and I will paste this. Just for that we don't need to like mm, we don't need to create a new style for this. We just need to copy and paste it, and we will duplicate this style, and we will name it, we'll class it right? And this is going full screen because it's a block element. H2 is a block element, so this will be H3 instead of H2. And if we take the design, it is S3, right? It is S3, and we will do what, we will, instead of block we will go with inline block. With that we will not lose the design, and we will achieve our achieve our look. So we'll place the copy again, we'll duplicate it, and then I will just copy the content, right? And just below that we have a button. Okay, in this button we have this icon and a text. So I will be adding this button. So this will not be a button, this will be a link block. Okay, so the link block act as an uh, anchor tag. So let me add this link block. Inside that link block, we have the text, right? So we'll do what? Sorry, I have imported the link block. It's the text block which I have imported. Let me select this service card and select the link block. Right. So the link block is added. So I will be adding an image first of all. Right. Inside that image we have this arrow, and I will give the class after some time. And in the link block we also have a paragraph. So the paragraph says learn more. Okay. So I will select the link block and I will name this. I will give a class to it. So I will name this learn more button. Okay. And I will make it flex, so they they align, they go side by side. I will do like inline flex instead of flex, right? And then what I will do, I will give a space between them. What is the space? Let me check it. It's 15 pixels, so I will be giving a spacing like 15 pixel. And I need to check this image. So let me first give a class name to this. So it is learn more Accordion image. So what is the width and height of this? It is 41 pixels, right? I will give 41 pixels, and make the object fit to content, right? So this is done. Now what we need to do is like we need to change the color of this paragraph. So I will give a class to it. So learn more button text, right? And this will be black, dark, I guess, and it will not have the underline. So for that we need to select the button and we remove the underline. So that will do. Okay, so now the structure, how we are going to change the structure of it is by selecting the uh, uh, sorry, there are different ways to do that. Okay, but I will go with a simple approach. By selecting the service cart layer, I will make it flex, and I will change the direction. It is horizontal direction. You can see the horizontal. I will make it vertical, right? So by doing that, it will automatically align uh, bicep, and the align item is stretched. So I will make it at the beginning, left, right? So that is done. And now what we need to do is in the right hand side we see an image, right? So we will place that image, place an image in the right hand side and give it a class like service card image, right? Well, let me grab this image. So the image first. So this would be the image, right? Okay, so we have got the image now. Now what we need to do is you can see these are the two boxes. I will select the parent of them. Okay, the parent is the card, service card. So I will make it flex again, right? And by this you can see it is um, automatically horizontally aligned because the direction is horizontal, right? So what we need to do is now we need to give a margin top to this to match the design, because the image height is like 170 pixels. So I will give that, I will give a height of maximum height of 170 pixels, right? Not more than that. And we will select the button and we will give a margin top of like margin top to auto. right? So that will bring this button to the bottom. Also, we have some styling to do in the service card. Okay. So the styling which we need to do is we need to add a border. So the border is inside the border. We have also have drop shadow. So the border is 1 pixel solid and it is dark. So let me add those quickly. So I will be adding 1 pixel solid dark and the border radius. So the border radius is 45 pixels. You see, 45 pixels, 45 pixel. Okay, and the padding. So to check the padding, let me grab this and alt. So it is 50 pixels of padding from all the sides. So I will be giving 50 and shift enter. So by that you will see the padding is equally distributed. Okay, so now one more thing, like if you see the design, we have a gap between these elements, right? It is 93 pixels, right? So what we need to do, we need to wrap this h2 in a div, right? So we will do that. We'll add a div inside this. We'll place this. We don't need to play, we don't need to give a class to this because it will automatically be added. And also what we need to do, we can make this block, right? So by this we can now achieve the design. And now uh, if we just select the left card and give a gap of, sorry, what was the gap? It is 93 pixels, right? So I will give a gap of 93 pixels. So you see now the button is aligned. And why we see the image at the top, or it is not in the center? So we are going to fix it by clicking on the card, the parent one, and making it center aligned, right? And as well as we need to check the spacing between the content and the image is 69, right? So I will quickly add those by selecting the card and giving the padding, giving the gap, sorry. So it is 69, right? So our card is almost done. One more thing that we need to do is, like, we need to actually if you check the design, the padding which we see, it is not so big because we have copied this. So we will change the padding here. Okay, so like 10 pixels both side, and here we have 4 pixels, right? So this will do. As well as we need to make them inline, right? So by when we do inline, they automatically try to um, align them in line, obviously. So I will give a class to them, parent, in the parent. So the class will be service card title wrap, and make them flex and particular line start. So this will fix our issue, whatever you are facing. And then we can now add this box shadow to the card. So by selecting the card, we can go to our box shadow and click on the box shadow. What we don't need the blur, we will remove the blur. We'll increase the y-axis because we have the y-axis, right? And what is this drop shadow? Actually, we are not able to see the values here, right? So we will give an assumption like it is 8 pixels and it is dark, sorry. Okay, so this is the card which we have built. Now we can just duplicate the card, right? So first let me duplicate it, and then you will understand what is the issue here. So we want what we want our cards to be in a row, like two in a row, right? So what we can do, we can give a grid to our parent. Now parent, select the parent, and we will turn the grid on, and we can see it's automatically now stack horizontally one by one. So we will check the spacing between them, 40 pixels. So I will keep a gap of 40 pixels. So this will do. Now just need to change the color of the second card, third card. So there are three variations of this card. This is the plain white one, this one will be the green one, this one will be the dark one, right? So for that, what we can do, we can select this card, okay, and we can name it to like give us a service green card. Okay, by that we can, with that we can override the style. So the background color of this if this green card is let me grab those color. Background color is neon green, right? And obviously we need to change this text also. So I will be selecting this title and I will be making service card title white, right? Not white 3, white. So I will just change this background color, select this, unlink it, and then select the background of white. Here also we will add this class, so this will do, as well as we need to change this image to this one. This will be the image, right? And so after I add this image, so it is taking up, let me check. All right, so what is happening here? Actually we have only given the height for this image, right? We select this image, we have given a height of 1 pixel, but we need to give a maximum width like 210 pixels. So by that the image will not grow beyond this. Okay, so I will do what, I will give a maximum width of 210 pixels, right? By that everything the image will remain inside this inside this width and height, right? And as well as if you want to make sure that everything the image doesn't break or doesn't go out of the frame, so we can do it object fit content. Now that we have two cards in place now, so we will add our third card, which is the dark one. Okay, so what I will do, I will just duplicate this card. Okay, I will select this card and go to the styles and remove this utility class of this. So by removing this, you can see it will go back to this original state. So I will give a class to it like dark card. Okay, and I will quickly go and change the background to dark. Also I will change this image to this smiley one, right? So this will be the image. And so for this dark version we have this color also change, and also the this is the same, I think. Color is okay, but we need to change this one, right? So for that we will just do what, we will change this image to a light one and give a class to it, learn more white text, right? And we will remove this unlink this and make it white. Okay, so I will quickly change the copy now. So this is pay per click, advertising, right? Image, and will be the social media marketing. Okay. Now we have the duplication of this first card only, so I will do what, I will close all this. So this is the first card, I will duplicate it, right? So in Grid, when we duplicate things now, so it will automatically be duplicating the element to this element to its right hand side. So we can drag this and put it at the bottom. So by this we can see it is aligned to that. So it is email marketing, email email marketing thing, and the image. We have a problem here. I will address this problem now. We will change this image first. So image for email marketing, right? This is the image. So the problem which what we have here is like you can see the image is not aligned now, right? So why we are having this? Because we haven't by selecting the card displays, we haven't given the space between, right? So we need to give a space between to the default card, right? By selecting the default card and give a not the white hello space between. By this we see all the images are now aligned to the right. Okay, so this is done. Content creation will be the green card. This is the green card. I will duplicate it and I will place it at the bottom. So it will be content creation. Content creation. And the image is cards. This will be the image. And the third one is the dark one again. So select the dark card, duplicate it, and move this to the bottom. So it is analytics and tracking. And tracking. We have a change here. Like if you see the design, for this dark card, we have this white background title, right? But in this card, we have this green background title. So we will do that by clicking on this title. We will remove this white one. So we will remove this white. Okay, so by that I think we have probably completed the design. And one more thing, I want to add a hover effect to this card. Whenever we hover into this card, the effect will be having. So we can select this card. I will select the default one, select the default card, and give a press the hover effect by selecting the drop down, and we will go to the box shadow. We will reduce this outline outside to like 4 pixels, right? So it will give a small hover effect, and also I will increase the blur to like 4 pixels. Okay, so I close it, and if you preview it, the hover effect is done, but we don't see like it is it's coming very harsh directly. It is coming directly, right? So we need to give a transition to this default service card. So I will go to this transitions section. I will select all properties, and I will make it 2020, 2050 and linear. Let me check now. Right. I need to remove the animation. I will lower the animation a bit. Right, like 200. Check now. 200 is fine, right? Can go with 200. I will I will also add the animation for this learn more button, okay, at the end of the video, right? So our service section is also done. Now we create this small call to action section, right? So let us begin by collapsing all these sections and selecting the body again. Create a section, the default section class, and CTA section. So that we will place a container, custom container, and inside that we will place a div where it says CTA inner, right? CTA inner. So inside that ctnr we will create a card, a box. Okay, the box has a left hand side and a right hand side. So we will do that, and in the right hand side we have this image which is going outside of the box. So we need to create a box. Inside that box we will create another box that will be containing this card. Okay, so how we are going to create it? So this is the cta inner. We will not do anything on this inner. Okay, inside that we will create a cta card outer, right? And then inside that we will create a cta card inner, cta cta card inner. Okay, so outer and inner. Then so in this inner we will have two divs. Yeah, so the two divs will be cta left. What is wrong with my typing? And again I will add a card with cta right. Okay, so in the left we simply have what is this, h3, a paragraph and a button. So we will quickly add those. So we will add a heading tag h3. We don't need to see the font sizes because we have done it in a global, right? After that we will place our padding, a paragraph, sorry, padding. So we will copy this, paste this, as well as we will add a button after this. Add a button, and let me grab this copy category free proposal, and we will give a class to like primary button. So this will be in this can be, this is it for the content. And in the right hand side we have this image. So we will be, what we are going to do, we are making this image absolute, right? So we will add a div again. So it will be cta image wrap. Okay, and inside that we will be adding the image. So let me grab this image. Where is this image? This is the image, right? So this is the image. So I will give class to it cta image. Now if I see, now the structure is that we have created the section container. This is the default thing you might have noticed till now, like the section, the container, and this inner. Inside that we have this outer. So I will be giving a position relative to this outer, right? And in inner, what we need to give, we need to give a background to it. Yes, I have seen we need to give a background to it. We need to give a padding. Let's check the padding is 60 pixel, right? On the all sides we need to give that. Sorry for that. We need to give the padding, we need to give a background. So first of all, let me give the padding of 60 pixels on all sides. Shift enter. So it will be adding the padding, as well as we will quickly make it flex so they align horizontally. And we will do what, we need to give a background to it. So let me grab the background, this gray, right? So this is the gray, right? So I will go to the background, I will pasting this background, and then I will be adding it like gray. Okay, so we have a border radius too. So let me grab this border radius 45 pixels. So quickly add this 45 pixels to the border radius. That is done. Okay, now we will select this image, and we'll check this image size actually. So it is the height is 394 and the width is 359. So I will give a maximum height to this image is 394 pixels, and the maximum width is 3 what is the 54, right? 59, sorry, 59. This is the maximum width of this and the maximum height of this. And as well as we will make this, and sorry, not cover, it content. Okay, so now we will select this parent CTA image wrap, and we will make this position absolute. By making this absolute, we will see it will go out of the frame. We will fix that in a while. What we need to do is we need to first give a width to this left here, because we have made this parent display flex, so we will give a width to this. So let me grab this width. It is roughly like 500 pixels, so I will be giving in percentage, so it will be like 50%. Okay, and we select this and make this space between, then this will do. As well as we can now select this card, and we can play around, so we can do it to the top. We can go to the top right hand side. Okay, so we will be going with the top right hand side, and if you have noticed, the outer container and this container, they share, sorry, I'm able to select like 23 pixels, 24 pixels top and bottom. So I will be adding a padding to the outer box, top and sorry, not this, 24 pixels top and bottom. Okay, so by this you can see now the image it is appearing like we are like in the design, we're achieving, we're nearly there. Okay, so let me select this. Let me keep a class to it, CTA heading, and the margin bottom is 26 pixels. 26 pixels. The paragraph, let me grab the margin bottom for this paragraph also, is 26 pixels. So I will be CTA para 26 pixels. So that will do. Also we need to change the position of this. So the top is 0, fine. We need to increase the height of it. So the height will be like, check it, what is this space, it's 135 pixels, right? So I will give that value 135 pixel, right? So you can see now I think something we need to make the image go to the top a little bit, right? So I will select this image wrap again, and I will increase this value like this. All right, so our CTA section is also completed. I will select this section, and I will give a padding of 70 pixels top and bottom. Before we move on to create a new section, I wanted to add an animation to this learn more button over interaction. So let us see how we are going to build it, right? So what I want to do is, when I hover into this learn more button, I want this circle, this arrow circle, to be rotating to this, pointing it to the learn more, right? So let us check out how we are going to build it. So we need to select any of this button. We can select this or any of the button, but we need to select the class, because all this button are sharing the same class, as you know. So I will select this button. I will move on to the interaction, right? So I will go with the element trigger, because we want this element to be triggering, right? So I will click on the plus icon. I will go on mouse hover, and there are two things that in a mouse hover happens, like when a mouse comes in and goes out, right? So on mouse hover, what we need to do, and on mouse hover out, what we need to do. So first of all, we will do on mouse hover. So I will select an action. I will start an action by my own, okay, and I will click on the plus icon to create a new action, new animation. So I will click on that. I will type it, one more over in. Okay, so the animation is created now. Now we need to add an action to it. So how we are going to rotate this circle is by selecting the circle, selecting this image, because by default you might have noticed that this is the image, and the image is tilted. Actually, by default it is not. We haven't given rotation to it. By default the image is tilted, right? You might be having a simple arrow which is pointing to the left and right. So for that you need to give a default value of like 20 pixel if you want to make this style, right? For the design for this thing from the Figma, we have received this tilted image, right? So what we'll do, we will select the image. Yeah, from this learn more, we need to select the image. We will click on this action plus icon. We will add a rotate, and we will go at the very bottom to it, and you will see it says Z axis, right? And I will set it to like 29, or I will do it 30 degrees, right? And I will change the duration to like 3.35 seconds. So this is our hover in animation. So if I play it, you see it's animated. Now before I build the hover out, let me show you what are the problems which we'll be facing. So you can see now I have previewed the page, and if you hover in, the icon remains at the same position when I hover out. So we don't want it to be happening. We want that when we hover out the learn more button, it returns to its original state, right? So we will do what? We will select the learn more button, and we will go to this mouse hover interaction we have added. Click it, and then on hover out we will select an animation, start an animation, and click on this plus icon to create a new animation. So I will type this learn more hover out, sorry. Okay, so by we have created the animation. Now we need to select the image again, and for that we need to give an action by clicking on the plus icon and doing the rotate. And for this we will not change this J value to a different like positive or negative number. Instead we will keep it to 0. That means by default it was 0, right? The Z axis, so it will be 0. And I will also change the duration to 0.35 seconds. So, and we can save that, and if we preview now, and if I hover out, okay, so this is this looks right, this looks fine, uh, this looks fine, but there is a problem. Okay, so if I hover in this learn more, it is working fine, but it is not working, right? We are not able to see this animation in all the learn more buttons. Why is that? Because and there is no need to create a different animation for all the buttons. All right, we have done it in a single button, and that will help us to build the animation in all the buttons. So how we are going to do it? You need to select this button where the animation is added. You will see sorry, this, you will see you can see an icon like what, thunderbolt. Okay, this indicates that this element has an animation to it, right? So this is the main element where the animation is occurring. So if I want to add a click animation on click, so you will select the main parent where we will be clicking, and then what will be the effect to the, like if I want to click in this box and I want to change this image, like I want to flip this image. So what I need to do, I need to create an animation on the card itself, not on this image. So I need to create an animation on this card by clicking on this card, and then I will select this image and I will do the action to it, right? So like this way, which I have done right now. So the purpose of that is done now. Now what I need to do, because all the buttons are not having this animation, right? So what we need to do, we need to select this I button and go to this mouse over. And if you come at the very bottom, scroll down at the very bottom, you'll see it is selected to this element itself. Okay, so we need to do what, because all the buttons are done using the same class, right? So for that reason I am encouraging you from the beginning, just build a single class, and with the single class um, uh, you can do multiple things. Like here the color is changed, right? But what we have done only just to, if you go to the styles, uh, we have just changed the color to it. Like the paragraph, you can see the paragraph, all the parent class is same, learn more button text. You will also have this learn more button text, but we have a utility class to it, learn more white text, right? By that we can easily do the animation. So let me go back to that again, and then select the introduction, sorry, go to the mouse over, and then in the elements, it is selected the element, we need to just toggle it to like class. So by that it will do the animation on this learn more button. Okay, or whatever button, whichever learn more button whichever button has this learn more class, sorry, and whichever button has this icon on it, the same class with the same icon, right? So that will do the animation. So if I preview now, so this animation is done. So now we will just build the case studies. To begin the case studies, we will go to the editor again. We need to collapse all these open layers, and then we will select the body. By selecting the body, we will add a section to it, and we will give a class to it, like our default section class. Right, and I will name this case studies section. Okay, but obviously we will add a container to it. So I will select the default container and give our container class. This is the container class, and inside the container we will have our div versus case. I will name it case inner. Okay, so in the case inner, if you have noticed, we have a title at the top and a box where we see the content. Okay, so we will add that. So to add a title, we need to do what? We need to just copy and paste this title. So this title wrap, copy it, and we will paste it in the case inner. Right. So the title is place. Now we will again select the case inner, and then we have this content box where we see the content. So we will click and place a div below it, and we will name this case box. Right. So if you have noticed, in the case box we see three boxes. All right. So this will be the first box, second and third. Right. So we will add those by, first of all, I will only just create one box. Okay, inside that box, inside that left, you can see it is divided into, like, if the box is 100%, then this element will be 33%, 33%, 33%, 33.33% actually, to be precise. So this content also has a box. Okay, so this will be 33%, 33%, and 33%. That will whole make it to like 100%. Right. So we will do that. In the case box, we will add a block, a div block. Inside that div block, we will give a class like case inner content wrap. Okay, so in this inner content wrap, we just have a paragraph and a button, a link button. So we will add those. We will add a paragraph to it. Okay, and we will add a link button to it. So to add a link block, because by adding a link it will not work because it has an icon to it, so we will add a link block to it. Right, inside the link block we will again add a paragraph and then add an image. Okay, so I will quickly replace this image with this arrow. Okay, so now we need to do the styling to the box. First of all, I will select the case box and I will see the styling. It is black, our theme color, and let me check the padding of it. It's 70 pixel top and bottom, right, and 60 pixels to the right. So I will do that quickly by clicking on the case box. Okay, quickly selecting the case box, I will just add the background color to it. I select the background color to dark. This is the dark, or it is black, pure black, right? Let me check very quickly. No, it's 1918. So this is our color, right? So this is the color. This is the black. We need to add the padding. It's 70 pixel top and bottom. So ALT enter, right, and 60 pixels left and right. So I will place ALT and enter. So this is the box. Now we have the border radius. So we will select the border radius is 45 pixel. Yeah. So we keep this. So in the border radius we will give 45 pixels. So the box is done. The inner content. Okay, so inside the inner content, first the paragraph, I need to just give a class to it, like case content para. Okay, and this para will only have this white color to it. So what I can do, I can create a utility class instead of creating a class to it. Okay, we can also give the class to it, but I will do what I will create a text white, and this text white will only have a value of color white. That is all. So we will use this text white only, and for this link block I will name this learn learn if I can spell it right, learn more button 2. So this will be learn more button because we had a learn more button above. This will be learn more button 2, and for the text we will get the copy to like learn more, learn more, right? And I will give this box like this button flex, inline flex option to it, and make it vertically aligned center, right? And also give the spacing between them. So this spacing will be like 15 pixels, right? So I will give a tab to it, 15 pixels. And now let me select this paragraph again, so it will be learn more button to text. Okay, and I will just change the color to white, or else we have just created our text white class, right? So we will use that text white, and we need to select this link block, and then we need to go into this typography style, and we don't need this underline, so we will select this none. Now only the image which is not same, so I will, sorry, my bad, we see the color is different here. It is not white at all. So we need to do what, we need to give a class to it, learn more button to text, and the color is not white, it is the green color. Now the image, we need to give a class to it, learn more better button to image. Okay, and this image size is, if you see, it's for 17 pixels and 10 pixels height. So I will just go and give a maximum height of 10 pixels, right? So if I give 10 pixels, it looks it, I will make it 15 pixels so we can see that, right? So it is visible now, and the button is done. Let me change the copy of this. Duplicate this copy, paste it. Also change this title. This will be case studies, and this will be the floor, will be at the top, and will be, sorry, at the bottom. Okay, so that is done. Now what we need to do, we need to give a spacing between them. So we need to check that how much space do we have in this design. So we'll select this, and it is 20 pixels. So I will give it, like, by selecting the paragraph. And if I now like, this is selected, right? The text white is selected. If I now give margin bottom to it, this text white class will affect all the text white class. So for that I need to do what, I need to give a utility class to it, or I need to give a on the beginning I will give a class like what's it, case uh, inner para. Okay, case para is there, right? Case content para, we will be using that. And then we will give a margin bottom of 20 pixels, and as well as we will change this color to white. Okay, that will do. Now what we need to do, we need to just duplicate this two more times, sorry. Now we have three of this, and we will select this case box, the parent one. We will set it to flex. By setting this flex, you see most of our work is done now, right? We need to add the borders, okay, borders to it, and also maintain the width of this box. So it seems that it is taking up this whole 33% of width, but it is not. We will manage it. Okay, there are different ways of doing this thing. We could have just added box and a div with this divider, and a box with this div with the div with this divider, and that we could also have done. We could also have done that, but instead I have done this, so we can easily now do what I will do. What I will give this width to like 31, sorry, 31%. Okay, so by this everything will be 31%, right? And we need to select this box now, and by selecting this we will do what, we will make it and the x-axis like space between, right? And align item to center, not center, I think is at the beginning, so it will be align item leave the align to the top. Okay, like auto, it is stretch actually. You will stretch the boxes. We are not able to see because I will show you in different demonstration. We will do what, we will also will not decrease the width, we will make it 33%. Instead we will do what, we will use the padding. So on the right and left we will give a padding of 20 pixels. Okay, so by that we can now add a border right to it. So I will do what, I will click on the border right and give a 1 pixel of border, and the color will be display white. Okay, so that is done. So I need to check the gap actually. What is the gap between these? 64. So we'll increase the padding. Let me get this is 64. So I will do what, the right it is 64 pixels, and the left it is 0, and by selecting the box we will give a gap of 64 pixels. Okay, by that we can achieve our design, but we have a problem when we set this to like flex wrap down, it will automatically break down. So we need to do what, we need to change this width of this box to like auto, so that will fix this issue. Okay, so this looks fine. We have to change the copy, and this at the last box we don't want the border bottom, so we'll give a like no border, no border to it, and remove this border to 0 pixel. Right, so this will do. I will quickly change this copy now. This will be the copy. That's the copy. That's the copy. Sorry. So if you see like these box are not equal, so we can do what we can need to select any of these children, and we can go on this sizing, and then go in this and make it 0 0. So that will not this, or sorry, my bad. This will be to grow if needed. So by that way everything will be in the same size, right? If you can measure it, then it will be, everything will be of same size. Because if you don't do this now, if we don't do this grow sizing, then if this element has big content, so this will be the result, right? In future if you add multiple contents here, then this will be the result. So we need to select this element, and we need to set this to this. So by that every element will have this uh, same size. Okay, now actually what was the issue now? Let me quickly demonstrate it. What was the issue actually? I will explain you in a while. Just give me a second. So this let me first quickly change the content again. Okay. So you can see this if I paste the content, the size is changing, right? This size is changing. So now you see this box seems to have a smaller width, and these two boxes seems to have bigger width. To demonstrate this, I will paste this content again more times. So now see, if it has more content, it will take up the full scale. That will break the design. We don't want that to be happening, right? So what we can do, what happened in previous where I've seen, like it was having a utility class to it, and I am setting this to grow. So by that it will break the design again. So because it is selecting this unique box, because it is treating like a unique box, it is not the same box as it was like this all three boxes share the same class, but this last box also share a border no border class. If I give this grow if possible thing, then this will only affect this box. So we don't do that. We will select a box where it only has this class and case inner content wrap, and we give this to grow if necessary. By that all three box will have the same width. Okay, and we have pasted the more content here, so we will reduce that, and then this will be the thing which we wanted. Okay, so you hope you understood this flex issue, small flex issue, which we faced actually during this tutorial. So now what I will do, I will give a padding to it, like 70 pixel was is the padding. I will press alt and enter. So this will do, and I think this is the last thing which we will do for this part one of this series, because this is a long template which you can see. We still have a lot of things to do. So I will resume this second part with this accordion section, with the theme section, also this testimonial, we have this contact, and we have this footer section. So we will build that in our part 2 section, as well as the responsive also I will keep it in the part 2, right? So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.